bankside, bloody rubbish. Alright, we're straight in. That is the thing with Chubb, innit, if they're there. Can we get him out of all this though? Keep his head out of all that streamer. He's all angered up in it. I think we're out. It's quite soft by the look of it. Hi folks, well I'm back on moving water again today after my tench bonanza on that little pond last week. Yeah, I've come down to the Chubb stream. It's behind me, not that you would know it, because it is so overgrown, it is unbelievable. Every time I come here it seems to get worse. The good news is that up at the beginning of the stretch, I've walked about halfway, less than halfway along it at the moment, and that's where I'm starting. Yeah, up at the beginning it looks like someone's been dredging out some of the reeds and bulrushes and that, so it may be a bit better up there. I'm going to walk back that way. I've come to what was my favourite spot, but every time I come here it gets more and more difficult. Just about fishable today, I think. The last two visits here I've blanked. I think the sun is catching this picture. I'm sitting behind a tree to try and stay in the shade to make the lighting a bit better, but the sun keeps breaking through. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I've blanked on the last two visits here. The last one was in March. I haven't been here this season. The time before that was October. So that was two different times of the year, and I blanked on both occasions. So yeah, one fish today would be a success, I think. Contrast that to the first time I fished this stream about 5 years ago, when it looked quite a lot different, a lot less weed in it. And I actually had 4 chub on my first trip here. I've never repeated that, but yeah, whether the stream's gone downhill or whether I'm just losing the touch, I don't know. Anyway, I'm all tackled up and in position. We'll see what happens. As I say, one fish today would probably be a bonus. Not the best of conditions, bright sunshine. The water's absolutely gin clear, not very high. I'm going to have to go for places under trees and that where the chub feel a little bit more secure. Probably half a dozen swims to fish, no more than that, so it'd be a fairly short session possibly. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? Yeah, here we go. Right, okay folks, this is the swim. You can possibly just see the quiver tip of my rod down there. I've caught chub from under this tree on a number of occasions, but not on the last two visits. The reed bed over there, which now occupies at least, well, 7/8, 80% of the width of the stream. That was nothing like that when I first fished this stream. It's just proliferated incredibly. Yeah, the idea is to drop a bait under that tree, and if there's a chub there we should have reasonably quick success, I think. Just realised that I haven't plugged in the external mic on my GoPro. I'm just doing that now. You know. Yeah. Right. You probably got what I said, because the internal mic on the GoPro would have picked it up, but the external one's a bit less susceptible to wind. Fortunately, there's not a lot at the moment. Yeah, getting a bit closer now, you can see what's happening. In fact, the last time I was here in March, I had a disaster. The bank was a bit more clear than this. I think someone had beaten it down a bit more, and my landing net, being a slope, actually slid in the water and went floating down. I did discover on that occasion it floats, which was quite fortunate, but it sort of killed the swim before I could even start. Yeah, okay. I've got my trusty old Wilson quiver tip. I think they call it an Avon quiver. Had it years. Probably see by the handle it's had a fair bit of wear, or a bit of use, should I say, rather than wear. I bought that because it's got a glass tip, and the fiberglass is much more supple than the carbon tips. Yeah, so I'm going to put a bit of bread flake on and see if I can cast it under this tree, which may be quite challenging actually, and see if there's a chub down there. Looking at this bank, obviously when I first fished here 5 years ago, I was pretty sure it was virgin, but it's become more popular. Oh, you trod on me rod then. It's beaten down a bit, so I guess other people have fished here. I can actually almost see the bottom down there under the tree. It's very, very shallow, so we're probably hoping for a lot today. But I just fancy, I love this little stream. The problem is, as I say, it's become more and more challenging to fish, and yeah, if you hear all the rattling, that's what it is. It's just a little zip bag, keep the bread in. I've only bought bread today and a bit of luncheon meat. Actually spam, I keep calling it luncheon meat, but I don't seem to see any luncheon meat in the shop anymore. It seems to be all spam. Right, let's see what happens. That's assuming I can cast. Shorter rod would have been better really. Didn't realise it would be this tricky. Yeah, I'm going to have to walk back a bit. Let's get the... Yeah, I'm not sure I can do this actually. As I say, this is as bad as I've ever seen it. Right. Just let the line flow out a bit because it flows quite fast. I don't think it's far enough down really. Usually if there's a chub at home, it lets you know fairly quickly. Now I think I need to get further down. I'm not quite sure how I do that. I think perhaps if I bring it right up to the rod top and poke it underneath the branches here. There's a pigeon just landed down there. Oh, saw me and gone. I don't know what happened there, but I think it's gone down there. All caught up in the nettles now. That's the only problem here. Now, oh, this is not working, is it? Actually, I'm in the tree, which is even worse. Yeah, well, this may lose everything, folks. Trying to be too adventurous. Well, that was quite remarkable. I got everything back out of the tree, out of the nettles. Must be having some luck today. What I've done is really shorten the distance between the bait and the shot, to hopefully make it a bit easier to cast. I won't have that pendulum effect of the shot and the bread sort of swing around each other. That was a much better cast. There's quite a flow down there. Oh, something hit it then. And I missed it. Oh dear, can't afford to miss bites. You don't get many chances here. It wasn't much of a bite, you probably never even saw it. I felt it on the rod. If I can get further out over there. That's it, and let it swing round a bit. Something having a go here. Side of that or just the boat. Oh, come on. Beginning to suspect there may not be chub. Let's put another bit of bread on, shall we? Either that, that's small dace or something. Bane of my life when I'm after chub, dace. I only bought a little bit of bread, so got lunch and meat though if we run out of bread. That was a good cast, that one. I don't think I'm going to repeat that very much. Trees. Yeah, I should definitely have bought a short rod. Ah, Jesus. This bloody nettle here. I should have got rid of it the first time. Something playing with it. As I say, it may be dace. Well, as you can see, I hope with this camera, I have a brood of swans, 3 cygnets, mum and dad. I'm not sure which is which. I think it may be dad in front actually. Yeah. Making their way slowly upstream. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now the plan is, you can see, or you may be able to see, a streamer weed sort of level with the end of those reeds that are out of the water. But it looks a bit clearer just after that, and it's under that raft. So that's the idea. Once again, this bank has been flattened, so I'm not the first to try here. Yeah, can't remember if I started this camera recording or not. Don't think I did. Alright, let's start that one recording as well. Oh, I've still got me a bit of luncheon meat on, I'll leave that one. Got a bit tangled up in transit. Right. As I say, I'm not the first to fish here, so Someone else has the same sort of idea. Again, a great, oh, that was pretty good. I was going to say a great potential for getting in the wrong place. All this bankside bloody rubbish. Alright, we're straight in. That is the thing with Chubb, isn't it, if they're there. Can we get him out of all this though? And keep his head out of all that streamer. He's all anchored up in it. I think we're out. It's quite soft by the look of it. Oh, well, success, folks. Oh, it sure surprised me, to be honest. Right, we're caught up in the landing. Let's just get the thing out. Well. Yeah, okay, fishy, I'll get you out in a minute. Just got to get me unlocking mat down. Well, you're not massive, but you're really, really welcome crossing me here. Okay, I can't see anything for weed. No, just in the edge of the lip. Yeah, okay. Okay. You are a lively one. Right, and there we go. Chubby. It's not very big, is it? Can't remember what this net weighs. I think about 12 ounces, I think. So it's on 0 now. Right. Alright, £2.14, but the net's probably getting on for £0.75, so alright, let's put you back. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Let's get you around the right way. You're facing the wrong way. Get you turned around. Now I've got to get you turned around to get water in your gills. Let's get you turned around the other way. That's it. That's it, I think you're okay. Yeah, I think you're okay. You can't swim out the neck, can you? Beautiful, well done. Right. Success. Success, folks. Well, I said one fish today would be regarded as a success, and that was it. So today's a success, whatever happens now, as far as I'm concerned. I weighed the net, it was 11 ounces, so I think I said the fish was 213 or 214, so it puts it at about 2¼ pounds, so not a big fish, but for this stream, a good fish. As I say, the best I've had out of here was 3.3, and that was a lot bigger than the next best one, if I can put it that way. So I've just moved the gear. I moved downstream just a short way from where I was, and I'm just going to have a drink and sort of have a chocky bar or something, and then I'll have another go. Yeah, and after this next spot, I think I'll make my way back towards the start. There are a few spots up there worth trying. So, but yeah, very pleased, exceptionally pleased. Right, let's get going, shall we? Well, that fish was classic chub, wasn't it, really? There was a raft that had built up against that overhanging bush, and my cast turned out to be absolutely perfect. It literally almost touched the edge of the raft, so it would have sunk down underneath it. I no sooner started to tighten the line and this quiver tip went right round. I mean, there's no mistaking it at all, no taps or knocks, it just went right round. Classic chub, really. So, as I was saying, if they're there and if they're not spooked, they usually oblige pretty quickly. Now, I'm not sure about this spot, but again, you can see it's been fished. There's plenty of evidence of people fishing here, so yeah. Now, I think if you've watched previous videos of me fishing here, I believe there's a sort of an undercut on the bank on the right here, which I spotted when I walked the stream during the close season. So we'll see if we can get it under there. If not, I'll try casting a bit further down towards the tree. But I've caught chub here before, but not on the last few occasions. So, but I hadn't caught a chub from that spot where I just caught one before, so it just goes to show. I'll stick on the luncheon meat because that seemed to work. Now I'm sure, the trouble is there's so much streamer down here. I'm sure there's a bit of an undercut down there. We'll soon see, won't we? Oh, tangled up in bloody undergrowth again. It's all about finding the chub, really. As I say, if they're there and you haven't scared them, they're usually pretty obliging. I'm well back from the bank here, so the sun's sort of on the right hand side of me, so I'm not casting any shadow or anything. Well, no immediate action here, folks. As I say, I don't know what I've cast into. We'll soon know. If I retrieve it, it'll be snagged. In fact, I think I was hanging over the edge of the net. I don't think it was even in the water. So that was never going to succeed, was it? Right, let's hope that one's got where I wanted it to be. Right, we're back in business. Trouble is I really can't see what I'm doing here. It's very difficult. Right, one more attempt where I'll just cast. Oh, kingfisher. Too fast for the human eye usually. And then I'll try casting a bit further down. Oh, that definitely pulled around, but it might have been the flow. Right, I'll try to cast further down under that tree, and then if nothing materialises, we'll yeah, I've pulled out a weed, haven't I? If nothing materialises, I'll start making my way back down the stream. I spy sheep. And they spy me, I think. They're probably going to not hang around when I get near them. Don't mind sheep. Not so enamoured with cattle. Well, they're holding their ground, I don't know. Classic sheep move, everyone moves together. Oh, maybe not. Yeah. Come on, mateys, catch up. There you go. All together. Sure, they've seen people before, but they look at you as if you're something from outer space. Getting to the noisy bit now. The bypass. There's a spot down by the bypass which I've tried many times. Used to be good. Last few times not so good. I'm just going to go and have a look, see what it looks like, decide whether I give it a go. Oh, sheep are following me. They think I'm the farmer or something. I turn around, they all run away. Right, let's have a look. Nah. Almost completely unfishable. Amazing. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt that. I must think I'm the farmer. They keep coming up and then they're running away again. Right, we march on. I'll turn the video off, just wasting battery really. If I look down there, give you an idea how clear this water is. Now, I caught from this spot the very first time I ever came to this stream. I've got all grass caught up in my line now. There we go. I say I caught, I lost a fish. It took the bait and I lost it. It's looking a bit odd now, that's right. And then the second time I came here, I tried again and caught one. Since then, nothing. but I was just peeking over there, and there's I don't know if I can cast through it, to be honest, it's so tricky, but there's a bit of gravel, clear gravel between the, I don't know what I'm treading on here, between the streamer, but it's a bit challenging, even more challenging if you don't take the bail arm off. That's about it. I can get back here. The lines over the reeds. Ah, jeez. If there's a chub down there, it's probably spooked by now. Hi.
Are you having any luck?
Not a lot. I can actually see my bait on that gravel. And there's obviously no fish there that are interested in it. It's worth a try. Thought one may move out from the reeds, you know, or weeds, not reeds, from the streamer. Nah. You won't get it back without losing everything. Yeah, I could see the bait clearly on the bottom. Unfortunately, I couldn't see any fish. Oh well, we'll move on. This bottle up that someone's left on side. Well, this was to be my sort of second but last spot to try. Very challenging, but I've hooked fish here before. Unfortunately, my final spot was going to be up by the bridge, but there are 3 lads dangling rods over the bridge, so even if they haven't caught anything, they've probably spooked all the chub that were there. So my final spot was thwarted. Now I've got to be very careful here because there's a gully down here and it's full of water. I honestly don't know what I'm casting into here, so it's just chuck and chance it really. I'm just resting a rod on the reeds. There's no way of getting a rod resting. It's just weed, and now it's gone up into bankside shit. That's not good. Whoa. This bank is lethal. All the bait's come off. Probably fishing it from up here would be better actually. Give that a try. Well, a bit of drama there. My GoPro ran out of battery, which isn't unusual, and I usually plug a power pack in, but it refused to switch back on. So I've had to put a different battery in, which usually sorts the problem out. Trouble is, I've got it in a sort of a mount with a a sort of a sound box on the bottom, so I had to dismantle everything. Anyway, while I've been doing all that, the two young lads that were dabbling by the bridge have moved on, so we could have a go there, but given they were standing on the bridge and repeatedly casting in, I would have thought that any self-respecting chub has long since vanished or decided not to cooperate, so but we'll give it a go because it's a good spot. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, this is definitely better than getting down there. I can see what I'm doing. I don't think that's a fish, I think it's just the water. Tempting though it is to think it is a fish. Got to be careful where I'm going up in the drink. Yeah, this bank goes away very, very steeply. I think I just moved down by the bridge actually. There's far too much weed here. Cut our losses and move down by the bridge. See if the chub haven't been spooked, but I think they probably have been. And then we'll call it a day. Right. Now the spot we're trying to get to is under those bushes over there, which is challenging to say the least. And the last time I was here, all these reeds weren't in the way. But I don't know where the lads were fishing. Nah, it's gone in the tree. That's always the danger. Such a tricky cast. I'm probably going to lose it now, aren't I? Which is a bit unfortunate in the last spot. What I'm tempted to do is just put a hook on and free line the luncheon meat. I'll leave that stop on there. Right, just a free line bit of luncheon meat. Let's hope I missed the tree this time. There's some dog shit here. Always a problem. It's a challenging cast this. Yeah, it's in. Sure that was a bite. I wonder if I can cast down to that raft. It's all a bit dicey. This water, look how clear it is. Jesus Christ. Well, I think that may have done it, folks. A bit more line out, I think. That bait must be right under that raft. Nah. I don't get a bite down there, I'm not going to get a bite anywhere, I think. just release the bait and let it go again. See if makes any difference. No, they're not obliging, are they? Call it a day, I think. Crikey, luncheon meat's still on, which is quite amazing. Christ, survived all that. Well, that's it, folks. I said at the beginning that one chub here today would be counted as a success, and I'll stick by that. They're really challenging, these streams, even at the best of times, and today it wasn't probably the best of times. Bright sunshine, clear water level wasn't too bad, but even so, the one I caught I think was fairly classic. I managed to drop the bait just before the raft and it would have gone under the raft. That chub was under there obviously, so classic really. The rod top went right round, no problem at all. So yeah, no other real bites to speak of. I'm not sure how I would have done up here by this bridge if the lads hadn't dipped in there before me. Probably no better. It's probably a swim that's fished a lot by the local lads, so the chub have probably got quite wary anyway. So anyway, I'm quite happy. As I say, one fish is a success. So thanks for watching as usual, and thank you to the subscribers, and thank you especially to the new subscribers that I've got over the past couple of weeks. That's great, thanks a lot. Please give me a like if you like it. It really just encouraging to see that people are liking what you're doing. It makes it worthwhile, and especially if people comment and make their views clearer in comments. That's really great, and I try to reply well, I think I do reply to most of the comments where they sort of need a reply. Yeah, so packing up now. Got here at 9. It's probably just coming up to 1. Probably less than 4 hours, and that's enough really. It's getting quite hot. So until the next time, not sure where that'll be. I don't know. Till the next time, I'll say bye for now and cheers.